welcome, Yo Bro Nation. Try number 3. Welcome to your best of the best WrestleMania countdown, where I count down my top 10 WrestleManias. I am Zach. I am the host here of the Yo Bro Gaming, Yo Bro Network, Yo Bro Nation. What is wrong with me? Why can't I even... I am Yo Bro. It's the shirt. It's the shirt. My Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews t-shirt. It's throwing me off because I keep seeing it. That's my problem. Right off top, let me just apologize that the quality of this video is not up to par with what I want. While the picture is crisp, for whatever reason, my video is lagging. So, I am still trying to figure out why it's so laggy. So, I don't know. I don't have an answer. So if the picture's super bad and it bothers you guys too much, let me know and I will fix it. If the sound sounds off, let me know and I will fix it. I will do something different. But I just wanted to thank everyone for coming into this video, though. Up right now on the channel is Retro Rewind and Best of the Best Countdown. I did a countdown yesterday for the top 10 Intercontinental title matches, and I also did WCW NWO Sold Out 1998 for my Retro Rewind. So those are up. Yo Bro Nation is up. We talk about WrestleMania being possibly 8 hours. My Raw review is up. My NXT review is up. Lots of stuff on the channel. So, isn't it awesome? My microphone sucks and doesn't want to stay up. Let's see, what am I at here? Sorry that I'm checking. Still to come today, though. WrestleMania 19. That review will also be up a little bit later today as a part of my WrestleMania countdown. So you guys will have that to look forward to. Lots of stuff on the channel. I know. My music is still going. I'll just go ahead and kill it. 3 minutes in and still music. Real quick, patreon.com/YoBroNation. You guys can go to Patreon, become a Patreon member. 6 tiers to choose from. AEW reviews will be exclusive. Gift for your birthday. Monday Morning Creative is an exclusive on there. Behind the scenes vlogs, Ask Us Anything Q&As. All that stuff's going to be on there. I'm still trying to post that behind the scenes thing. Every time I try to, something happens. Weather, sickness, family things. It really sucks. I should probably hire someone to do that. You guys can become executive producers or co-executive producers of the channel, get shout-outs, get to help me in the creative process. All that stuff is something you guys can do to be a part of the channel. If Patreon isn't something you want to do, well, there's other options. TeePublic.com/YoBroNation. You guys can go to TeePublic, buy our Yo Bro Nation merch, and get any of these t-shirts. I am wearing one of these shirts now, and I have this beautiful Yo Bro Mania t-shirt on the way. I also had the Recess Never Gets Old. Got the new Queen-inspired Yo Bro Nation t-shirt. It's our Bohemian Nation t-shirt. Best of the Best Countdown, Squared Circle, the new Vets Appreciation shirt for the police and the military and the firefighters. That is up. All those shirts are available on TeePublic. You guys can go there and get that stuff. Of course, the links for both are down in the description. You also, Yo Bro Nation 1 is my TeePublic, by the way. I messed up on that. Facebook and Twitter, you guys can go follow us on there. That is free. You guys can join us on the Discord. You guys can go to StreamLabs if you want to donate. That is another option that you guys have. Or you can just like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That will help us greatly. Tell your friends about us. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You guys know all that stuff. So this is number 4. number 4 on this humongous fucking countdown that I'm doing. 10 of them spanning over the course of last 9 weeks so far, are going to be spanning over the course of 9 weeks. Next week is the final week. The last 2 will be next week. Down to the final 4. My gosh, it's a lot. I'm not going to lie. I will be kind of happy when I'm not having to do this countdown anymore, because it's one less thing that I have to do. Of course, on Friday, this Friday, I have a special announcement video that I'm going to go over some stuff with the channel that I'm going to be doing going forward past WrestleMania. So, yeah, fun stuff. I'm working on it, and it's fun. And I might actually bring in someone to work on it for me and help me with it. It will be an interesting, fun little thing. So you guys have that announcement on Friday concerning stuff to do with the channels. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. WrestleMania 10 took place in March 1994. I didn't write down the date because I'm obviously stupid. I'm obviously a dummy. But, you know. WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 10. March 20th, 1994. Like I said, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. March 20th. Took place in Madison Square Garden. 2 separate ring announcers at this show. You had Harry Finkel and a guy named Bill Don. Bill Don. You fuck Vince McMahon. Bill Don! Bill Don! I could make out as Bill or Billy. The opening package for this was just kind of highlighting the past 9 WrestleManias leading up to this. Big flippy coin. Transitioned into that iconic WrestleMania theme. God. Brings back memories. Watching those old WrestleManias when I was a kid. And this whole WrestleMania, this whole thing was built around Bret Hart, Lex Luger, and Yokozuna. Of course, Bret and Lex were co-winners of the Royal Rumble, and rather than making it a 3-way or whatever, they made it just 2 one-on-one matches. You know, for the championship, winners would face off against each other, with Lex taking on Yokozuna by the flip of a coin. He was first, so he would face Bret later in the night. If he won, Yokozuna the same thing. Bret, though, wouldn't be alone in having to do stuff, as he would be facing Owen also in this night, and having to face Owen one-on-one in what was, before I even get into the bulk of it, was a fantastic match. Beautifully done match. So, that is the basic thing. That's what WrestleMania was built around this year. A lot of this is also Randy Savage's final WrestleMania. Piper made a return to the company after doing a few movies. A very, 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 very part-time basis. Of course, we didn't complain about stuff like that then, like we do now, obviously. So, but the opening opening package with the coin flip in the WrestleMania theme. Vince welcomes everyone into the WrestleMania 10. Welcome everyone to Madison Square Garden to WrestleMania, and introduces the band to sing the song America with the beautiful, the original wild man of rock and roll, Little Richard. How does he do that and not kill his throat? Seriously, that hurts my throat just doing those too few lines. Ooh yeah, as my hand looks like it's doing magic. I hate this freaking camera right now. Seriously, it's killing me. Just killing me. So Vince and King are on commentary. The opening contest is going to be Bret versus Owen. Look, even turning my head does that. I don't understand it. I'm checking something out, though. I know you guys are like, what is happening? Well, I'm fixing some stuff. Trying to make this. It's not going to let me do nothing. Yeah. It's funny how this thing can sometimes just kind of just give you issues. You know what I mean? I know you guys, I apologize. But I'm trying to slow it down. My CPU is high and I got nothing going. It's just weird. CPU should never be this high when nothing else is running. Usually my CPU is down to about a 13% when I'm not doing anything else on here, and this thing's running at almost 30. And that's weird. So, opening matches, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. Huge ovation for Bret. And Bret got his own ovation. Obviously, a rain of boos, right? Now I'm not going to take no hour for this like I have for the other ones. This is going to be much shorter. It's only a 2-hour show. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get into this review, right? Let's get this thing rolling. So, let's start with like this little collar elbow tie-up. They did some exchanges and some holds, and Owen Hart would celebrate every time he'd get a little bit of an edge on his brother. Owen gets tossed out, gets back in the ring. Bret tries to do something. He slaps Bret. Bret tries to go for him. And they start having like a more technical match. The match slows down. It's a very technical type of match with them wrestling. You know, pace starts to pick up. Bret starts getting the advantage. There's a clothesline with Owen going out of the ring. He gets thrown back in. Bret starts working the arm. You get this Irish whip. Bret tries to run the ropes and gets a spinning heel kick, and Kevin Owens. Owen Hart starts to kind of, get the advantage over his brother. Bret's out of the ring. He drops Bret over the guardrail. It kind of looked like it hurt a little bit. Not as bad as the one later on. You get a camel clutch by Owen Hart. Bret tries to fight back. Runs the ropes. Gets a belly-to-belly from Owen. Bret continues to try to fight, but Owen, he's really staying on his brother. He's not giving him a single inch. Hits this beautiful German suplex, though. He hits Bret with a tombstone pile driver. Goes up top, attempts a splash, misses that. Bret then hits the atomic bomb, clotheslines him. Bret starts to build that momentum, starts hitting those moves, side Russian leg sweep. The backbreaker hits an elbow off the middle turnbuckle. Goes for another move, but Bret gets hit with an enziguri. Both men attempt the sharpshooter. Both men get out. Bret kicks off Owen, and Owen goes to the outside. Bret tries a plancha over the top rope, but misses and hits his knee on the outside, so now his knee's hurt. So Owen just immediately, like a shark, goes for the knee of Bret. Wraps it around the post, starts stomping on it, puts him in an Indian deathlock, starts dropping knees over the top of it, applies a figure four, slaps Bret in the face. Bret rolls through, and then Owen rolls back, and then they kind of roll to the ropes, and the hold is ended. Owen kicks the leg of Bret while it's hanging over the rope. Bret, goes for a kick. Owen's got the hold of the leg, and Bret hits him with an enziguri. Punches him, headbutts him, hard Irish whip into the corner. Bret then hits a leg drop, only gets a 2 count. Hits the running bulldog, hits a pile driver, gets a 2 count. Bret and Owen go to the top rope. Bret hits a superplex, only getting a 2 count. Bret tries to apply a sleeper, but Owen grabs the ropes, and while he's against the ropes, the ref not being able to see, Owen, hits him from behind, hits him with his leg in the crotch. The nasty little low blow. Puts a sharpshooter on Bret. Bret's trying to fight out of it. Bret grabs the leg, trips him up, puts him into the sharpshooter, but Owen's quick to get to the ropes immediately. Brett fights Owen into the corner, attempts to do a victory roll as he climbs the ropes, puts his legs over Owen, tries to hit the victory roll, very similar to what he did to Bam Bam Bigelow at the King of the Ring 1993, but Owen counters it and covers him for the 3 count, with Owen Hart getting the victory in a fabulous match, a beautifully done matchup. This match, and you had Lawler, right? Lawler on commentary kept putting over Owen about how he's the better brother, he's this, he's that, and just poo-pooing Brett the entire match. It was fabulous. It was a very wonderfully done matchup, for sure. Honestly, this match alone I'd give 10 out of 10. It was that good. Afterwards, Todd Pettengill interviews Owen. Owen says now he's the best. And he said, I told you, brother. I've told you this whole time I was going to beat you. He says, now I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. He says, I've said it all along, Brett. I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. I beat you tonight, and I'm not taking nothing away from you. You fought, but I'm the better brother. God rest Owen Hart. Owen, with that big glob of spit on his face, just bothered me. So then they had the first of the WrestleMania moments where they show a WrestleMania moment from WrestleMania 1. And they show these throughout the entirety of the night, just building up to the end of the show. So we get Cy Sperling, the president and a member of the Hair Club for Men, shows off Fink's new do. We got that. Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon versus Doink and Dink. I'm not sure which version of Doink this was. It's a mixed tag team match, though. Bigelow and Doink. This match was not perfect. I'm barely moving, and this is bothering me. This is really bothering me. Oh, I wish I had my other camera right now. The match was not great. I mean, you had a lot of back and forth with Bigelow. Luna Vachon, who surprisingly looks better at this point than she did as she got older. Dink slapping Luna on her butt. I mean, you had some absolutely ridiculous things happen in this match. Dink missing a splash and Luna kind of just, doing whatever. It was not a very great match. This WrestleMania is not known for its great matches. Why do I have it on my list? Because of the whole Brett thing, the ending, and that fucking ladder match. A lot of memorable moments happened, albeit it's this WrestleMania is not the most memorable as far as match quality or stuff like that. And it's the 10th one, and it was at Madison Square Garden, so it automatically gets bumped up because of reasons like that. Bumped up. Because if I do this, or this, I'm now a monster. Stupid. Ooh. So the match ends. Doink ends up countering a power slam into a DDT. Misses the top rope leg drop. Bam Bam Bigelow works him over. Hits Dink. Hits a diving headbutt off the top rope for the 3 count. Afterwards, this stupid thing happened. They botch, right? Luna Vachon gives a power slam, a scoop slam to Dink. And they're supposed to attempt the running splash. And Dink's supposed to move out of the way, but he doesn't. So Luna still hits him. Luna actually stands up, rolls him over, and then sells like she actually didn't hit it. So a stupid botch at the end, but otherwise not too bad. So we see President Clinton in the crowd with IRS, and I think Jack Tunney was sitting next to him I think it was Jack Tunney. Honestly, I could be wrong. Next is the Falls Count Anywhere match, and this is a very unusual Falls Count Anywhere. You pin the person, and then they have a minute to get back to the ring, or they lose the match. A little different, obviously, that evolved over time. It's Randy Savage versus Crush with Mr. Fuji. Before Crush could even get to the ring, Savage has already came after him and has attacked him, so they're fighting in the aisle. This match was best described as chaotic. Chaotic, I think, is the best way to describe it. Right out the gate, Crush picks up Savage, drops him over that guardrail. It looks like Savage actually hit his jaw, but he pins Savage. Like I said, Savage now has 60 seconds. So as Savage is trying to get into the ring, Mr. Fuji hits him with the flag, but Savage still makes the 60 count. That sounds really done. Crush continues to work over Savage, puts Savage in the trio-o, starts stomping him, hitting him near the crotch. Fuji hands Crush some salt, and he's going to try to throw it in Savage's, but Savage kind of lifts himself up, smacks it back into the face of Crush, and then Savage starts getting, he hits the axe handle, hits the big elbow, rolls Crush out of the ring, and pins him for the 3 count. Crush is about to be counted out. Mr. Fuji dumps cold water on his face, and he gets back into the ring. Crush starts to regain the advantage. They're fighting outside the ring. Savage gets back in the advantage. Clotheslines Crush over the guardrail. They start fighting into the backstage area. Savage does something to him. Pins Crush and then tries to tie Crush's feet up. And then tries to hang him from a little scaffold in the back. He doesn't hold on, but Savage gets back to the ring and wins the match after all of that. Like I said, a different type of Falls Count Anywhere type match. Obviously, it evolved where literally if you pin him, match is over. That's just how it was. Match is okay. It was going to be, I think this is actually Savage's final match in the company. I know it's for sure his last WrestleMania match and one of his last few. So, and then he would go on later in the year to WCW. Todd Pettengill interviews President Clinton, and he says that he's a wrestling fan. And then IRS thanks him for raising the taxes and says it's time that people pay the price or something like that. The guy was an actor. I don't know who the guy was, but he does a pretty good Clinton impression. A match that you could tell WWE... Actually, these next few matches, you could tell WWE just kind of threw them on here. Alundra Blaze, the women's champion, versus Alani Kai, who was actually at the first WrestleMania. They're competing for the women's championship. Blaze had just won the women's title. Alani Kai using her power, Blaze trying to use her speed to gain the momentum. Alani Kai, though, kind of tosses Alundra Blaze around, keeps in control, some suplexes here or there. But Alundra Blaze counters a slam into something and gets a 2 count. Alani Kai continues to put on the pressure. The match, progresses. Alundra Blaze starts to build some momentum. Hits the German into that bridge and gets the 3 count. Alundra Blaze keeps the title. Alundra Blaze would remain around the remainder of the year. And in early 96, somewhere between January and May, she would jump ship to WCW, taking the women's title with her, and then we wouldn't see the women's championship again until 1998. So, women's title, very strange history. Jack and Pierre, the Quebecers, take on Mabel and Mo from Men on a Mission for the Tag Team Championships. Johnny Polo's with the Quebecers. That is Raven, for those who did not know. Another match, man, that you could just tell WWE just didn't care. It was just there. Just there for the hell of it. The Quebecers get on offense right away. Try to double team Mabel, but it didn't work. You get some good heel work by the Quebecers, like they're choking Mo with the tag rope, frequent tags, a lot of double team moves. Mabel ends up getting the tag at the end for the hot tag, runs over both men. They still get the advantage, though. They hit him with a double suplex. They end up hitting their finisher, which is this thing where one gets on the middle rope, or gets on the top, they grab the other hand, and they just kind of rotate through, and he lands on his back. Like a swanton bomb, but with assistance in a hand. Weird move. I don't think it had a name. Men on a Mission, though, hit their finisher. They make a comeback, hit their finisher, and all it is Mo's on the top rope, and Mabel's beside him, and Mo just kind of lays on him, and they just kind of fall on top of their opponent. Things start to break down. Men on a Mission win by a count out as the Quebecers leave, and then Men on a Mission, like a bunch of idiots, celebrate with the titles like they fucking won something. They celebrate like a bunch of idiots. I'm supposed to care about this match, I suppose, but I just kind of wanted to stop seeing it and get away from it, because it was literally like one of the dumbest matches on the show. I don't know why this match was still on here. I don't know what the point of it was. I don't get it. So the first of the two WWE title matches happen. Lex Luger versus Yokozuna. You have Ronda Spears from USA's Up All Night as the timekeeper. Danny Wahlberg, who was sporting some real weird accent. He was from NKO TV, New Kids on TV. It was stupid. New Kids on the Block, I don't think were a thing anymore. And you had him as the ring announcer. Mr. Perfect was announced as the surprise secret referee. The way Vince gushed about Lex Luger when he came out. Wow! What are you WWE fans ready to blast off in the next decade? Sounded like Vince was ready to blast off in his pants. That's what it sounded like to me. I seriously need to get a drink of water. Luger starts hot. He's getting those shots in on Yokozuna, just kind of, really working on him. Hits a crossbody, drops a big elbow onto him, gets a 2 count. He tries to slam Yokozuna, and Yokozuna kind of just, all his weight, Luger falls back and is pinned. Yokozuna takes the pad off. Luger tries to fight back, but he gets knocked down. And then we get 15 minutes of a fucking rest hold for the next 15 minutes. With Luger trying to fight back and getting knocked back down. It's a trapezius hold. And that's all he did for like the next 15 minutes. I'm not going to go over everything that happened in the course of that 15 minutes. Because it was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't even think that explains it. Like, it was dumb. So, Luger, he tries to fight out. He's running the elbow. He gets a shoulder block, falls over. Yokozuna hammers him back to the trapezius hold. Let's see. Luger finally fights out, goes for a clothesline, gets hit with a belly-to-belly. Yokozuna goes to slam Luger into the exposed turnbuckle, but he blocks it and he hits Yokozuna's head into the exposed turnbuckle. Hits 3 clotheslines. Slams Yokozuna and then hits his bionic elbow. Perfect pulls Cornette into the ring. Luger, he's got Fuji coming in, so he knees Fuji and knocks him down. Luger goes for the cover, and Perfect walks over. He looks, but then he walks over to Perfect and tries to usher him out. Luger gets up, he grabs him, he's like, hey, I got the cover, and he covers him again. This time he checks on Fuji. Luger again's like, dude, he grabs him, hey, I'm going for the cover. So he again covers Yokozuna. Perfect walks over to the timekeeper's table, says he's disqualified, and they ring the bell. Lex Luger then loses by disqualification. Afterwards, Perfect is being interviewed by Todd Pettengill, like, why? He's like, well, there's a couple reasons. First off, Luger shouldn't put his hands on an official. The special referee, he can't do that. Luger comes in, hey, if you have a problem with me, why didn't you take it up with me before the match instead of during the match? They get into an altercation. They have to be separated by officials. even into the main event. You know, Vince is like, they came here to see Luger. I mean, Vince McMahon loved him some Lex Luger. He did. And yeah, Luger's got a great physique, but my God, Vince sounded like a man who was about to blow in his pants at the mere sight of Lex Luger. And as far as the match goes, I know Lex Luger can't wrestle, and I know Yokozuna was a big man, and going 20 minutes was probably not easy for him, but my God, did we have to have so many rest holds? I mean, maybe they were saving Yokozuna for later in the night, so they didn't want to, you know, have him, you know, no pun intended, blow his load at the beginning of the match. But still, it was slow, and it wasn't a horrible match. I mean, when action was happening, it was good. It was good for a Lex Luger match. Probably, you know, one of Lex Luger's best matches. I mean, honestly. So, I guess there's that. Oh my God, this will not just sit up. I'm trying to get this. Just stand. I can't do that. Thank you. You good? Okay. So, Harvey Whippleman gets... I'm not going to say no more for the match. Just saying. So, Harvey Whippleman is introduced by Howard Finkel. He insults Fink about being a monkey face, this, that, and another. Says just now he's got hair, but he still has big ears, this and that. And he says he's wearing a cheap suit and rips the suit. So, Fink, defending himself, shoves Harvey Whippleman. Well, out comes Adam Bomb. And then he grabs the Fink. Out comes Earthquake. And this is literally, move for move, what happens. Comes out, hits him from behind, power slams him, suplex, hits a few more moves, starts stomping around the ring, does his running thing where he just lands on their chest, and pins him for a 3 count. And that is it. Thank you for coming, Adam Bomb. Good to know that Hulk Hogan's friends still had some sort of cachet even after Hulk Hogan left. Todd Pettengill interviews Yokozuna and Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette does another brilliant promo, saying, Luger, you thought you had him in the palm of your hands like a kitten, except kittens, something snakes. I don't know. too eloquent for me to follow. When he cuts on, Bret Hart says, look, you shouldn't be worried about winning the title. You should be worried about just trying to survive. He says, Yokozuna is angry and he's hungry, and he's the shark in the wrestling ring, and Bret, you're the blood that starts the feeding frenzy. There's more. I'm just paraphrasing, but that was pretty much the gist of what he said, and I liked it. I thought it was awesome. So we move on to what is, without a doubt, the best match of the entire night. The match that I've been looking forward to ever since this countdown was put together. What I really wanted to talk about, and in longer form than I did yesterday on my Best of the Best countdown. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship. Both men are champion. One's the real champion, one's claiming to be the champion in the ladder match. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to tell you about this match. But I'm telling you, you are much better off just going ahead and watching this match. Just because, no, it's fucking awesome. The match is fucking awesome. There's no other two ways I can put it outside that it's fucking awesome. Sorry, guys. Okay. Alright then. Sorry, updates on my YouTube stuff. So, obviously they're filling each other out at the beginning of this. Razor Ramon gets tossed out of the ring and gets hit from behind by Diesel. Diesel gets thrown out by Earl Hebner. These guys just kind of start, going back and forth. Razor Ramon attempts the Razor's Edge and gets back body dropped to the outside by Shawn Michaels onto the exposed floor. So Shawn gets the ladder. This is when the ladder finally starts getting used into the match. Shawn's hitting Razor in the midsection a few times. Throws it at Razor Ramon, and you see the edge of the ladder actually hits him in the back. Looks like it actually kind of hurts. Shawn is the first to try to attempt to get to the championships. Razor pulls his tights down. You get a full shot of Shawn Michaels' bare ass. I'm sure the ladies loved it. He kicks Razor off. He falls down, and he, with his ass hanging out, hits a beautiful elbow drop off of the top run of the ladder. Oh my gosh. Shawn then hits a splash off the top of the ladder, that iconic moment that you see in all the vignettes where Shawn Michaels is just doing that Superfly splash off the top of the ladder. Hi. I lost my train of thought. Then goes for the title again, but the ladder gets pushed over, so Shawn falls and hits the ropes. The guys, they're fighting. They hit each other with a double clothesline. Shawn attempts to whip Razor into the ladder, but he reverses it, and he hits the ladder flying out of the ring. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So Razor uses the ladder on him, and then sets it up against the apron, and catapults Shawn into it, and then drops it and just slams it on him. So they get back into the ring. Razor hits Shawn in the jaw with the ladder, climbs it. My nose is itching. Shawn climbs to the top as Razor's climbing, and he drop kicks the ladder. And at this point, the ladder's kind of contorted. I'm really nervous all of a sudden. I mean, this match, oh my god. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best here, but this match is fucking fantastic. So yeah, Shawn drop kicks the ladder, knocking Razor off of it. Him and Shawn are fighting some more. Razor's running the ropes. Shawn hits him with a super kick. Climbs to the top rope, has the ladder set up in front of him. This is after he hit a pile driver on Razor Ramon. Falls with the ladder, splashing Razor with the ladder. He goes for the titles. Yet again, Razor's climbing himself up. Pushes him. Shawn kind of, falls crotch first into the ropes. When he's falling over, his foot gets hooked, and he gets stuck in the ropes. So he's trying to fight and get to the thing. But ultimately, Razor Ramon is able to climb the ladder and get the championships. And just as Shawn's free, he falls. And that's basically what happened. But watch it. Talking about it, does it no good? Go back and watch it. It is such a fantastic match. It's a beautifully done, beautiful, fantastic ladder match. Go and watch that match. I mean, like I said yesterday, it is one of those matches that kids grew up, right? Kids grew up and watched and made them want to be wrestlers. Zack Ryder's one of those. Won that Intercontinental Championship, wanted to become a wrestler. Is that a duster? Nice. Looked like something you want to beat me with. Could be fun. Oh, anyways, I can't put into words just how awesome this match was. It was just that great. So really, go and watch the match. You guys are not going to regret it. So we get Todd Pettengill interviewing President Clinton again, with DiBiase there. Now we're supposed to get an 8-man tag. That got canceled as Jarrett and IRS, Rick Martel, and Fatu and his partner, the Wild Samoans, are backstage just kind of arguing. So that got canceled for whatever reason. Time, really. So yeah, DiBiase thinks the president, he doesn't want to question, blah, blah, blah. So we come to the main event. Burt Reynolds is your ring announcer. Ginny Garth from Beverly Hills 90210 is your timekeeper. And the special secret guest referee was the rowdy one himself, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Fuji along with Cornette, accompany Yokozuna, the defending champion, to defend his title against Bret the Hitman Hart. The final match of this night. Now, oh, excuse me, my nose is just itching. This was a match where Bret got worked. His knee was already hurt. He gets worked throughout this match. And God bless him, he does what he can. But they really kind of just make Bret look like he got lucky. And that's it. They just made him look like he got lucky. As soon as Bret gets in the ring, Yokozuna right away goes on the attack. Just starts stomping on Bret, scoop slams him, starts just beating him up. Bret blocks a punch, hits a drop kick, goes for a second block kick, but Yokozuna just kind of swats him off. Yokozuna starts choking Bret. Piper's like, ah, and then he gets in the face of Piper. Bret, he tries to fight back, but Yokozuna's just, putting the pressure on Yokozuna, putting on the Bret. Bret hits a headbutt and actually hurts himself. Yokozuna falls down. You get some back and forth. Bret goes for a cover. Piper gets pulled out by Cornette, so he punches Cornette, knocking him down. So yeah, Yokozuna is choked Bret, got in Piper's face yet again, hits a huge leg drop, like engulfed the face and chest of Bret Hart. Bows to Fuji, throws Bret out of the ring. Bret gets back in. Yokozuna hard Irish whip into the corner, runs for a splash into that corner, misses. Bret then hits the Bulldog off the middle rope, hits him with the elbow, gets some shots in, starts to build some momentum. Bret jumps off the middle rope, gets caught into a belly-to-belly. Yokozuna then starts dragging him to the corner to hit him with the bonsai drop. Now, I don't know what happens here. This kind of made Bret look a little weak here. Yokozuna's up there, he's starting to bounce, but he lifts one arm up to, celebrate, and he loses his balance, falls back, hits his head. Bret slow, gets the cover, gets the 3 count. Bret wins the championship. Now, after, of course, Luger comes out, shakes his hand, raises his hand. Everyone starts coming out. Tatanka, Gorilla Monsoon, fucking Donnie Wahlberg comes out, Razor comes out, Savage comes out, and they're all raising the hands of Bret. They're all celebrating the fact that Bret is now the champion. I noticed something, though. There was USA chants during this match. And guess what, fans? Bret's Canadian. Just thought I'd throw that out there, that your beloved hero is a Canadian. Maybe you would know that. I don't know. But as the celebration's going on, Owen comes out, and he just stares that hole through Bret. He beats Bret earlier in the night, and then he still gets wound up by his brother, as his brother wins the championship. Now these guys would go on to have a couple of really stellar matches, especially that SummerSlam match inside the cage. Woo! And I will eventually getting to review that. I know I will, because it's going to be one of my top 10 SummerSlams. That or at least that match will be in a top 10 SummerSlam match. Something. I will have something. But that's still to come. It was an okay match. Like I said, it was really just Bret on the defense the whole time, and Bret got lucky. Now, that's a very anticlimactic finish, but it also, it protects Yokozuna, who would go on to the next year to win the tag titles with Owen. But this WrestleMania was a very good WrestleMania. Very good WrestleMania. That's going to do it for me, you guys. That is going to do it for me. This was your number 4 on the list of my top 10 WrestleManias. I want to thank everyone who came in and watched this video, everyone who hit the like button, everyone who subscribed. Thank you, everyone. Later on, in an hour or so, I will have number 3 on that countdown. You guys can watch it. Remember, follow us on our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, like and share. Subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff. I am Zach, and I will see all of you guys later. Leave it all behind. So open your mind.